we should all karaoke it.
Yeah, absolutely.
Oh, yeah, that would be a lot of fun. Okay, wonderful. Okay, so here we are again. We are running the Roadhouse and doing the Supernatural RPG session 2. So, if if you weren't here last week, if you haven't watched our videos before, um, this one is called. Boop, there we go. Boom. Come on. Oh my, I'm fat fingering things here. This is What About the Camel? Because if you weren't here last time, let's go ahead and try to get you all caught up with what happened. So we're going to do a thing that I will call in future sessions and such. Oh, my finger is not. Oh, I guess I have to use my mouse. Darn it. My touch screen is trying to do stuff, but it's not doing the greatest one of it. We can't start a supernatural session without knowing the road so far. So let's go ahead and do a quick recap. I don't have wonderful video sessions to go ahead and say that with the wonderful sound effects and production effects of that, but our intrepid group of hunters went ahead and determined that in the town of Camp Verde, Arizona, there had been on a casino construction site, there had been 2 deaths there. In the course of searching things, Athena, played by Lindsay, determined that there was a camel involved in this, of all things, and we actually discovered that there was probably some form of a ghostly camel that did things at the construction site, doing such things as destroying a construction trailer, killing 2 people, and through a bunch of research, it's determined that there was probably something supernaturally oriented. At the end of the first episode, our groups ended up finding said camel down in a pit where the construction was going on. It looked as if the camel was from around the Civil War area, due to the fact that there was a skeletal Civil War cavalry type soldier chained to the back of this camel and buried on in this pit. The interesting part about this is that the Civil War soldier did not have a head attached to him, and our group in the last scene did what any good hunter would do: salted and burned the remains of this. And from that point, I think that should get you caught up. Does that seem like a good catch up for you?
Yes.
All right. Okay, so let's go ahead. So we had the road so far. I guess we now have to have the road ahead. But we don't know how the road ahead is working, because that's all your guys' jobs then. For people who haven't met you before, let's go ahead and just do a real quick thing. Let's start with Paul, who wasn't here last time. Paul's character is.
I'm a former professor at Harvard University, professor of history. I was there for a few years, and I was starting to learn more about the supernatural and various phenomena and creatures, and I got a little too talkative about it, and people decided I was kind of a nutcase and stopped talking to me. And then my dean called me into the office and said, "Hey, why don't you take a leave of absence for a while and kind of get your head together?"
So as any sane person would do.
Right. So I've been on the road since then, trying to prove myself right and show those idiots back east what the real world is like.
And to make things kind of catch up on this, of course, Paul wasn't in the last session. We have a point of contact in New Mexico who runs a location called the Junkyard, which is a wonderful barbecue location and junkyard there. And he happened to inform you of what's going on, and you were able to catch up with the group on the first evening, just in time to see this camel bonfire go on. So there we go. That's why I wanted your introduction on in there. So there we are. Lindsay, her character is Athena Prescott.
And she is kind of a newer hunter-ish. Her mom was a hunter, but she didn't find that until recently because her mom was killed by a witch when she was 16, and she found out 3 years ago. She's 26 now for reference, for timeline kind of reference. She's very shoot first, ask questions later. She's quite charming, but she's also kind of very stubborn, and she has a bit of a trucker mouth, but that doesn't stop her from getting her way.
All right, Kelly, your character, Rebecca.
Rebecca's about late 20s, early 30s. She kind of fades into the background, not real standoutish. I did do forgeries for the group last time. And I've got kind of a pile of lesser identities, so kind of a more, uh, what's the word I want? Standoffish kind of person.
Okay. And then Molly, who has Dr. Rose Marie, Professor. There she is. Boop.
I'm also a college professor of history who hasn't lost their job. You know, Harvard people, I don't know what your problem is. I'm a bit of a smartass, and I say that as a smartass. But I kind of had a background. I had a little bit of ESP stuff going on, and a little bit of this, and a little bit of that in the background, and some witchy stuff. But I wasn't really into it till I got to visit some from weird people, like Bobby Singer, Dean Winchester type people. I don't know who they were, but they kind of lifted the veil. So now I'm kind of, exploring this whole thing.
Well, and then Jennifer. Jennifer kind of stayed in the background last event, but now that we've only got 5 people playing, Jennifer's going to be able to step up a little bit into this. Let us know a little bit about your character, or what you want us to know about your character, because I know all about your character, but
Maybe you can describe it. Okay, so I'm a witch. And let's see, was an FBI agent, but forced to go on medical leave due to cancer. I'm fairly young, but I don't let it stop me. Unbreakable will, highly intelligent, intuitive, um, you know, just
okay.
if monsters are real, I'm gonna stop them. So,
All right. So I'm going to go ahead and just to get all plot points kind of all together here, we are at the Camel Bonfire at the under construction casino in the pit there in Camp Verde. The Paul happens to be able to show up just in time to see this going on while everybody is deciding whether to roast marshmallows at this thing or whatever. Paul shows up just in time to see the the spectral camel go ahead and appear, and as would happen in any type of supernatural episode, this camel rears up, lets a blood curdling camel scream, and begins to the spectral camel begins to burst into flames and fade on out from it. So there we are. That's
Wait,
the,
oh, sorry. I have a quick question. My character isn't there, is she?
yeah. Now I've just
No.
decided through a little bit of plot armor to go ahead and have everybody go ahead and call everyone together and make this all work out so I can get you all into one place at one point. Yeah, because you weren't. You were the one dealing with the real camel in the last episode. So there we go.
Yeah, I was at the zoo.
Yeah,
No, get it right. She was dealing with the fucking camel.
So she rode up
yeah,
with me, probably.
yeah, exactly. So there we go. That's how we can get everybody together, and yeah, just things like that. Let's story holes that aren't tremendously difficult to make things happen, but it gets everybody together. All right, so there we go. So everybody gets to see this spectral camel go do a camel scream, go up into flames, and there we are. Now, Paul, however, what Paul noticed on the way to the site is that there appeared to be that there were emergency vehicles by the side of the road on the highway heading on into town, in between where the casino construction site is and the town of Camp Verde itself. So there you go. You get to inform people of that. So there we are. All right. It's up to you guys now. I'm done being a cheerleader and a narrator. I'll go ahead and move from here.
Wow, did you see all those police and ambulances and stuff? What's going on here?
But say what now?
No.
When I was driving in, and I come into town, and I see all these emergency lights and ambulances, police cars, fire trucks, and the whole 9 yards.
Yeah,
They were going away
Yeah.
from the site.
starts kicking dirt over the camel fire.
Heading back towards town.
Okay.
From
Hey,
Well, we did
shouldn't-
have a run-in with the police, but they were here, so I don't know why they're going that way.
Well, we've burned the camel, and we seem to have taken care of that particular problem. But
So why did we need to burn a camel?
well, we'll get to that in a minute. But I'm a
Okay.
little more concerned right now about the head that we haven't burnt yet.
Yeah, we didn't see, we only saw the camel go up in flames. We didn't see
Well,
whatever dude was on there go up in
There's
flames.
there's like 3/4 of a headless camel man down there. But I'm not sure where the there wasn't a head for that
Where
body.
the fuck
So
is the
we-
head?
We're
So
missing the skull.
Where is it? I think we should probably follow those lights over there and see what the hell's going on over there, because something's
Yeah.
going down and we need to figure it out.
Yeah, I would have thought they'd be coming here with this big fire going on.
Yeah.
Well,
I
you're
would've
down in a
thought that.
fairly large pit, so they may not have. This is a construction pit for
They
a
may not have
foundation.
seen the fire.
Good thing they didn't
Might
see
not have
us.
seen it. Yeah.
Yeah.
Fair
Same.
enough.
So
With
all right,
the way
which
we kind
ones
of
the-
botched things last time, I would have figured they would be coming back with their buddies.
Who all has the fake ID badges?
I think I have one of them.
I have
You made
one.
me some.
I made 2 of them.
Yes.
I think it's Dr. Rosemary and Athena.
Okay.
has
Yes, we
2
both have
FBI badges.
Yes.
So then I
Okay.
think the two of us should at least be in the lead, because I did just tell the police guy that y'all were working for me, so I can just go that route again. But
Yeah.
if anybody
Yeah.
asks,
All right.
Yeah.
Okay,
I think we should just
fair enough.
all
Alright.
go over there and check it
so
out.
the consensus is that we're following the flashy lights.
Yes.
Okay, fair enough. All right. So as you work your way back from this construction site back towards Camp Verde, as you drive about a few miles down the way, you start seeing the hints of the flashing blue and red lights, and you do see what appears to be a car that has crashed into a ditch there, and there's an ambulance on scene. They've got a person loaded onto a stretcher, and there is a sheriff here. The sheriff you had seen before. He left that area, and he's now on scene at this location.
I do not show my face.
So
Right,
goes
let's
up to
go over.
the sheriff
Yeah.
and says hello, and we were driving by on our way back to our hotels, and we saw the accident and thought we wanted to stop and make sure you didn't need any assistance, that you guys have everything under control, and we're law enforcement, we're nosy.
Yeah. What she said.
Okay. All right. Yeah, I mean, there's nothing really odd here. It just looks like a typical car crash. I mean, this person, who knows? I don't know if they were drunk or what they were doing. I mean, they were talking about something about being attacked by a cow or something, and they ended up veering off the road into a ditch and still talking about a cow. So I'm sure they're either drunk or stoned, and I'm going to have them do a blood test on them when they get to the hospital. But yeah, I don't expect anything odd. If you want to go ahead and look at things, that's okay. I've got no issues.
Would you mind terribly if one of my people went and talked to this gentleman as they're loading him into the ambulance? I don't want to
Um,
step on your toes. I don't want to interfere in your investigation, but
We're just crossing out all the possibilities here, usual stuff.
okay, yeah, I mean, don't, yeah, just don't do anything to make them upset. I think they're already drunk, so I don't know if you'll get anything. All right, so who's going to go talk to this guy or this person?
Yeah. I don't know, because some of us should be checking out the hole because we're all there. I think we're all there, right?
yeah.
Yeah. So maybe half of us can talk to him, and then half of us can check out the hole or something like that.
Okay, all right. When you say the hole, you mean the ditch you were just at,
The
or the
ditch, not not the
Yeah.
hole. The ditch.
Right.
the
We
ditch?
came from the
Okay, there
hole.
we go. I want to
We
make
came
sure you
from the
weren't
hole,
heading
now we're
back to the
going to the
casino for
ditch.
some reason. We've got all sorts of things going on, all sorts of ditches and holes and things happening. So there we go. All
Yeah,
right, yeah.
crevices.
So if somebody wants to go check out the car, somebody wants to talk to that. The ambulance driver, you can see he's an EMT. He's got the name Cole. You can see his little badge on there. His name is Cole, and they're getting ready to go ahead and move this woman on into the ambulance.
Is the woman the driver or is she a passenger?
The woman is apparently the driver.
Okay, so and she was only her in the car.
So she's the drunk driver. Okay.
Yeah, there's just one.
Well,
Okay.
I think since Lindsay and I have the badges, we should be the ones.
Yeah, we
to go over
can
and
be
talk
the
to
ones.
The
Yeah.
the driver and the EMT,
Okay.
and then the other three can go investigate the car and the ditch.
Okay, fair enough. All right, so let's deal with the person, that person first, since you were already heading on over to there while the other ones poke around with the car. So let me see who are my people with the best people skills here
I got some. Let's
out of the
see.
two of you.
I got lots of influence and perception and performance, and
Okay.
hang on, where is it? Perception and influence.
I've got perception. I've got a D4 in influence. I've got my higher ed background.
Okay, so influence is
I got a
probably a good
D8.
one.
I got a D8 in influence. Yeah.
Okay, so something with influence and like intelligence would probably be a good one. So go ahead and roll the D's. That would be your intelligence and your influence.
Do my influence. I don't have a separate intelligence that I'm seeing.
Well, no, your
I-
intelligence is one of your attributes.
Okay, there I see it. Okay, but I'm also going to throw in an uncommon knowledge on you.
Okay.
Uh,
Or
intelligence
ESP,
and
have your pick.
I don't think in this case you're just trying to influence a person. So let's just go ahead and do those
I
two.
got an 8
An eight. Okay.
from influence and intelligence.
Okay. Cool. And what did Athena? How did you do?
I'm behind in
I
my
got-
dice knowledge.
Okay.
I got an 8
11.
total.
Okay, cool. All right. So coming on up to the paramedic, paramedic Cole, he's like, yeah, I don't have a lot of time to go ahead and talk. I got to go ahead and get this person in there. Do you need anything that helps? Otherwise, you'll have to You'll have to get the police report.
Just what are your initial thoughts on the situation, and kind of like scooching him a little bit so Lindsay can talk to the driver.
And I kind of just
Yeah. I mean,
nonchalantly
this
go
one's
over
kind of
to her.
odd. Yeah, I mean, obviously she's we're looking to sedate her a little bit because she's in pain, but she said that she's certain that she hit something. It must have been a cow or whatever, but she never saw anything. It was like she was driving, and then all of a sudden, it was like she hit a wall that she couldn't see, and that was it. And then she was in the ditch. So
Did she give any indication? Do you have any indication about how long ago this all happened?
maybe about 30 minutes ago or so.
And have you noticed anything specific about her injuries? I mean,
Nothing
does she
odd.
have a head injury? Does she have any just
Well,
typical
she's
abrasions from a car
obviously
accident?
with the injuries that I see on this, it would be normal with somebody being in a single car accident. Then that's all I got. I got to go ahead and get her on out of here. If you need anything else, you can go ahead and get the police report or go to the hospital afterwards.
Okay.
And while you guys were asking those questions, can I like ask the driver? Because like while you kind of kept the EMT distracted, I'd be talking to the driver. So let me ask the driver some questions.
Okay.
So hey, what'd you see? What did you see before you crashed?
Her. Yeah. She was like, I didn't I didn't see anything. I was just driving along like normal, and then it was just like, I don't know. Best I can say is that, like if you hit a cow or a deer or something, but I never saw anything. I swear I didn't see a thing.
Did your radio do anything weird before you crashed?
There was like some. It was just kind of staticky and all, and such. The signal went in and out a little bit, but
Okay.
and that was it.
Anything else you wanna tell me? Don't worry. You're not in trouble.
Okay. No, I didn't see a thing. I don't know what this is going to do to my insurance, and my husband's going to be so mad. I don't know.
Hang in there. Stay strong. And then I back away because the EMT's coming back.
Yep. Okay, so that's what you got from her. From the people who are going off to take a look at this car, which is now down there in the ditch. Then, um, what y'all gonna do while you're down there?
Well, I think I'm going to inspect the damage and see if I can figure out what she might have run into.
All right. So, yeah. So just taking a look at this vehicle, it's obviously at first glance it looks like a normal single vehicle accident. The car is like nose down in the ditch over at the side. Airbag is deployed. Windshield is broken on in and such.
And it looks like it was a front end, not like from the side or anything.
Okay. Who's the give me a dice roll with like something along the lines of your alertness, and if someone of you has got good perception or something, that might be a good
Yeah, I've got a
I
6
have a,
perception and 8
I have an
alertness.
8 in intuition.
intuition. Okay, that's interesting. All right. Who else has something? What about Juniper? What do you have that would be good for investigating a something along with your
Just an 8 in perception.
an 8 in perception? Okay.
I got a 7 total.
A 7 on that.
Yeah,
Okay.
I only managed a 5
Okay.
between alertness
That's
and
all right.
perception.
Harvard.
Okay. So, Rebecca, looking at this, which you seem to notice, 'cause everybody's kind of looking around at everything, which you notice it looks kind of out of the ordinary about a car that crashed on into a ditch, is that the car, instead of being crashed into the ditch, almost looks like it might have hit like a telephone pole and then gone into a ditch because there's a big indentation in the center of the grill. Yeah,
Are
So
there
it
any
looked like it
hoof
wrapped around something.
yeah. So that kind of thing, like if something had actually struck something that was there in the middle of the road and then ended up in a ditch. That's kind of
Is
what
there
we're.
any hair or fur or hoof marks or
Ah,
anything showing that
Is
it
that
might
Juniper
alarm
asking
an
those
actual
type of
animal.
things? Okay. All right. What do you? I don't see. I don't have your character sheet handy. What do you have as far? Do you have an interesting bit of investigation type skill or something of that nature?
Just the perception for the D8 and uncommon
D8
knowledge.
perception. Okay, that's good. Okay, so give me a D8 roll plus like your alertness. Then so a D8 plus
And a
whatever your.
6. So yeah, my alertness is a 6. So hold on. This is my first time rolling ever. So
I
which one's which?
know. I know. That is a big deal. First
Hold
roll.
on.
That's why
Yes.
Hold on. Which one's which? How do I know which one's?
The
the
6 is the
D6 looks
cubie.
like a cube.
Six is, this is
Wait,
your
wait.
standard. This is your six-sided.
Yep.
And then which
Boop.
other one
It
do you
looks
need?
something
Oh,
like
okay.
this.
8.
And
The
then your
D8
eight
looks
looks
like
like two pyramids sitting
It's
next
kind of
to
like
each
a
other.
Pyramids.
diamond.
Okay, I got them.
Yay! See, there we go. This is how you learn.
Okay, so I got a 6 on the
Huh?
6 and a
Good.
5 on the other one.
Look at you. There you go. You have
Oh,
officially
all right.
done your first role-playing game roll, and you got a good one out of it too. So yeah, looking around at this thing, you see bits of things that look like red fur, really wiry red, gross looking fur then. And let me see. Rebecca would certainly recognize those things from the bonfire and things of that nature as camel like fur then. So that kind of works out that way. All right. So
Is there any hoof marks anywhere
any hoof marks? Oh, that's
in
another
in
good
the
question then as
street or
well.
the road or?
Yeah, you're going to
I'm sorry.
um yeah, so you're going to notice these odd marks on the car as well. The ground is super hard, but there are odd marks on the car that, amazingly enough, look very similar to what the marks that you all saw back at that construction trailer. Then, so yes, we have definite looks of a camel attack at this thing. Then, so there we go. There we are.
Wandering over to join the group so Lindsay and I get the
I was gonna say, yeah, we're all coming back together now.
Okay,
share the lowdown and
let's
get
just
lowdown.
narrate this. Let's narrate this thing out so you can tell them what happened, just really briefly. Oh, and one thing I didn't talk about, and it's going to come into play later if you haven't kept track of it. At the beginning of this episode, you're going to have 6 plot points that, if you feel like you need them to add a point into your, you use a plot point, you get to up a level of a die roll and things of that nature. If you decide that something is worth really upping that. Plus, I'm going to probably give you some more at some point too. So there we go. All right, so there we are. So let's go ahead and now you've seen what has happened here. You can go ahead and give each other a little rundown of what's going on and decide what your next steps are.
Did Lindsay and I hear each other's questions, or
You would have been right in the same area, so you're probably pretty good with that.
all right? So the sheriff didn't know a whole lot. He thinks she was drunk. She kept saying something about hitting a cow. And the accident was within the last like half an hour or so, and I'm wondering if it coincides with the screaming camel that we dispatched a bit ago.
Yeah.
Like she ran into the ghost of
So
camel. But
yes, we didn't kill it.
Yeah, and if you kind of me being off phase here,
Or is
if
that
30
more
minutes
than
would be probably right at the point when you were getting ready to go ahead and salt and burn that camel then before you had done it. But there you go.
Okay.
Okay.
Shit. It's
Maybe
not dead.
around the time you were digging into that camel.
Okay. So it may be dead because we burned it after the accident.
Mostly dead. Really dead.
Hmm.
Maybe related,
And there's
maybe
still the
not
question
related.
of that rider.
It's the
So
rider. Yeah, I was gonna say
Yeah.
it's the rider. I'm
I
worried
think maybe we should just find out some history on that dude, see if we can find exactly who it is, where he's buried, and maybe we can find his head and burn that son of a bitch.
Yeah, I'm thinking there's some research for Paul and I to go do.
Yeah, you guys are the researchers.
Go to the
So,
DAR.
trust you guys.
See the Daughters of
Right.
American Revolution and see if you can find anything.
Well, I think we might want to start with the Civil War history.
Yeah.
I'm gonna assume there's a library or something somewhere. If not, I don't think I actually bought myself a computer, but I do have tech skills, so I
I do
could.
have a laptop.
Okay, so between us,
You
we
got a
can.
laptop? Yay, somebody has a laptop. Good. Okay. Maybe they'll have as good a Wi-Fi as Sam Winchester has. He's got good Wi-Fi everywhere. I don't know. So,
Think while you guys
we'll
go
have to
do
find-
that,
We'll
I'm
have
gonna.
to find some Wi-Fi somewhere. Yes.
all right. So we're going to go ahead and call this scene. This would be a good part to fade out after people have figured out some things. There's been a little bit of investigation here, and nobody used any plot points yet, but y'all did good stuff there by appropriately looking for things, finding things, asking good questions. So add one more plot point to yourselves to carry into this next part here. So
Like a
since nobody used
reward.
anything, you should all be sitting at 7 plot points now, which will be good for later.
This is DM
Okay.
speak where he's about to try and kill us.
Why do I feel like something's about to go wrong?
I don't know, because it's like an episode of Supernatural, and when things are going too good, apparently something has to end up happening. All right, I'm going to go ahead and again fast forward the scene on into what happens. The evening is done, and where you had all gone ahead and joined up at since now we know nobody else had a computer. Paul, fortunately enough, brought a computer with him in as he came in, so everybody's able to go ahead and join back up at the actual casino that is built, not this construction site, and you can start doing a little bit of research here. So let me know how that is going to go, what you're going to plan to look for.
So what time of day is this?
What time of day is it? It's first thing in the morning now. We'll go ahead and just fast forward to that. So this gives you the option of doing some research, deciding if you want to do something at night or whatever else happens. So
Hard drive with a bunch of historical and lore books on it. Don't have the computer, but I have the hard drive with the books.
okay. Okay. That's
Got a
cool.
USB cable. I can plug it into my laptop.
Exactly. So we're gonna start with that.
Okay.
I had the
Sounds
idea, possibly too, of my character hitting up the locals at like a local bar or something, seeing what info she can get from like local legends or tales that might not be able to find
okay.
on
Cool.
the computer.
Casino would be a good place for that.
You know, I'm probably gonna go with you because I just
Yeah.
thought that I used up all my salt. So I'm probably just gonna go skin the table packets
Yes, sounds
because
good.
what I had was a salt shaker I had swiped from a diner.
Okay. Fair enough.
All right, we're gonna head for the bar.
All right, we
Okay,
should hit a
let's
grocery
head
store
for-
at some point and buy a
Okay,
5-pound
I'm gonna
bag of
so
salt.
those of you, Paul and Rosemary, who are starting to do computer stuff, going out into the I guess onto the internet and into the books and looking at things, while you guys figure out what combinations of intelligence and your skills will go ahead and work with that. Oh, and we don't want to leave Juniper out. What is your plan, Jennifer? What are you going to do? Who do you feel like tagging around with?
What team? Team bar or team
Yeah, it seems like you
knowledge?
got Team Bar and Team Computer going on
Yeah,
here.
team computer.
I guess I'll go to the bar.
Okay, and that's never a bad choice if
No.
you don't have a choice. Head to a bar. There we go. That seems like a hunter type of thing to do. All right. So yeah. So Paul and Rosemary, you start doing your computer looking in there, figuring out what you're going to do, and I'm going to start the scene at the local bar at Camp Verde. I'm gonna we're gonna go ahead. Let's see. What are we gonna name this bar? Yeah, we're gonna call it the Verde Bar and Grill. That seems like a good idea for this thing because I'm winging it on this one. So there we go. Coming into this place, this is like your typical type of Arizona small cafe bar thing. It looks like it might have the tendency to be a biker bar if at certain times of day, but it's just a normal type of hangout in a small scrub desert community there. So there we go. So as you go on into the bar, it looks like your typical bar. It has a pool table, a jukebox, a bar on out there, a couple other tables where people could sit, and there you go. There's not too much in the way of anything going on as it's in the morning. It's probably kind of their breakfast crowd type thing at the moment. Nobody's really drinking or being rowdy. So
Mhm. I'm gonna head up to the bar and order something and try to ask the bartender, you know, facts like if he knows anything about local history and whatnot, and what he knows about camels and the Civil War,
okay, that seems
but
like
like
wonderful
nonchalantly.
That's good breakfast conversation right there.
Yeah.
Okay, so so who we
Lunches.
got here? The guy at the bar, the bartender, or at this point, it's kind of like a proprietor of this. I wouldn't say necessarily a bartender. His name is Gary, and Gary's been well, yeah, obviously runs the place. He's not a particularly young guy or anything, so he's like, yeah, what can I do for you?
How long have you lived here, Gary?
Oh God, oh gosh, all my life. That.
So you'd say you know the area pretty well.
Yeah, yeah. I mean, we're pretty much a hub of everything that goes on in this area.
Yeah. So how much local history do you know? I heard a lot of stuff with Civil War happened here.
Oh, you mean like the Camel Corps and all?
Yeah, yeah. What do you
Yeah,
know about that?
yeah. The Camel Corps. That was kind of a silly thing. It was like back in just before the Civil War. One of the guys like from the I don't know, he might have been Confederate, he might have been Union, I don't know at that point, but he thought that since it was kind of desert like down here that it would be a good idea that don't use horses, use camels. So they shipped, I don't know where the hell camels come from, but he shipped them over from, I don't know, Morocco or Egypt or whatever it is, and they set up a camel corps here at Camp Verde, and I know there's a few other ones out there, like in Quartzsite and like almost all the way to LA.
Mm. Yeah, I love my history, love my local history. I just, want to know your take on it. If there's any stories that aren't really told a lot about that whole thing.
Ah, okay. Here's a dice roll time. Give me,
What are you thinking? Some influence,
yeah, something like that.
some influence and some, what do we think, willpower?
Yeah, that was a good idea. I can go with it.
Oh, 12.
12. Ah, okay.
Yeah.
He's like, yeah. There's weird stuff going on in the world of things on out here. Crazy stories about camels and things like of that nature. Like I remember that it was like early 1900s or something. One of the farmers out in the area, he heard screaming and he went on out and he found his wife near the well and looks like she had been trampled or something of that nature. And the old guy swore that he saw that it was by like he figured it must have been a camel or something of that nature. This mangy looking camel. And the weird thing about it is they said that it looked like it had some like skeleton attached to its back.
Hmm. Did this skeleton ghost have a head or anything like that? Or no
How
head?
would I know? I don't know anything of that
I don't
nature.
know.
Yeah,
Just based on the
that's the
stories,
only
just
story I knew. So
I
yeah,
guess, yeah.
that was a weird one. Yeah, yeah. The guy said it was vile. It stunk to high hell.
Where
And
would you say this farm is
oh,
that the
I
story's
I
based
don't think it
on?
even exists anymore. It's one of it's if you went to try to find it, it's probably one of those old. It's probably all dead by now. Uh, so many of the things out in this area are dead.
Yeah, it would seem so. Well, thank you for the information. I
Right. Yeah.
appreciate local history and a good cup of coffee.
Yep. Glad we could help.
And then I'm gonna head back over to them, be like, okay, I think I got some information, but if you
Okay.
want to keep asking
Just
around.
stuffing salt packets in my pockets.
Okay, cool. That would be a cool cutscene if somebody just, while you're talking, you're just stuffing salt packets into your. I have a visual on my head, and you're talking about that, and you're just over there, and you're where the creamers and peppers and all that is stuffing salt shakers in your pocket. Yeah, that's a good visual. Okay, cool. All right, so we got a little bit of stuff about a camel back in the turn of the century area then. All right. So, what did we figure out as far as our what skills we were going to use? Because we've got some history people who are able to go ahead and look for things here.
Well, my cat's yelling at me. Sorry. Let's see. I
I
have
know that feeling.
always and forever intelligence. I have knowledge with a history specialty. I have
Okay.
uncommon knowledge. I have intuitive leaps, and I have tech knowledge.
Tech knowledge. Okay, cool. Okay, so let's do an intelligence tech thing and let's just see how the beginnings of your working on the internet go here.
Alrighty. One and
Intelligence
I keep
plus
losing.
tech,
There
you
it is.
said?
Yeah, so I'd say an intelligence in something that's kind of techy would be good, or an intelligence in a history type thing.
Well, you want me to add in my history thing in there too?
You could use I'd say use whichever is more beneficial to you.
The tech is a D6 and the history is a D8.
Okay, there we go. So roll those two then for me and see what we get.
My
Okay.
history is a D12, actually.
Harvard.
Okay, I've got a 20 altogether.
Woo! Look at that. Wow.
Damn.
Okay.
All right. So
All
I'm
right.
just rolling intelligence and history.
Okay.
No.
Cool.
Yeah.
Good.
Rolling history and tech.
Okay.
I
The
did
same thing.
history and
Oh,
intelligence.
Yeah. Sorry, dude. I think I might have broke your computer. Roll a 3.
Okay. All right. So that wasn't the greatest, but Paul did happen to find some interesting stuff based on, I'm guessing if Athena is sharing some information about what we found, we know there's things about camel attacks here in the Camp Verde area. So in searching for camel attacks, a little town a little ways southeast of southwest of Camp Verde. I've actually been through it. It's how when we travel to the conventions and we're heading down into the southern areas, we go through a little town called Wickenburg. And down in Wickenburg in 1967, there, a group of girls, young girls, a Girl Scout troop, were attacked and killed in the middle of the night and found in a riverbed. So, no, they thought it might have been a serial killer or something of that nature. The entire group, including the Girl Scout leader, were all attacked and killed. So we've got
Doesn't make any sense. Why is the range so large, you know? First here, then at the casino, and at this town all the way over there? Doesn't make any sense.
And why so inconsistent with the time?
Yeah.
okay.
Why a camel?
So yeah, so as you continue to dig through on in this, you do find that, looking at attacks and things of that nature, over the past 100 years, there's been various unsolved beating deaths, normally involving young women in the area between, almost up to Flagstaff, Camp Verde being the center of it, heading, in like a 50-mile radius of the Camp Verde area.
Well, I mean, that would put it within a day's camel ride.
More or less, yeah.
Do we have any idea who the soldier is that we found on that camel? Any way to ID him or find out who he was?
Okay. All right.
We did
Okay.
take
Let's.
lots of pictures before we burned the body, so
Okay.
Yeah, let's see what we can find.
Cool. Yeah. Let's go ahead and do one more roll here and see where we get at this point.
What are we thinking? Knowledge, history,
Same type
and
of things. Either
intelligence?
something about intelligence and history, intelligence and tech, something of that nature. I'm good with either.
All right, I'll
Do
go with
the-
intelligence and history.
okay, then I'm gonna do intelligence and uncommon knowledge.
Okay.
All right,
All right.
I got an 11 on my combined roll.
Okay. Fair enough. All right. So
Yeah, my dice suck tonight. I have a 4.
Yeah. Okay.
Oops.
I'm gonna go back to my phone dice roller.
Okay. All right. So
It's
here we
just
go.
balancing out Jennifer's.
Yeah.
Okay, so looking on into this, you do find that again, I guess if you were doing a search string in Google looking for attacks in the area with camels and things of that nature, trying to do a search string of that type of things, there was a back at, again, turn of the century, around 1893 or so, that a farmer, again, in the Camp Verde area, shot, and what he thought he might have shot and killed it, but there was a camel with a body chained, a skeletal body chained to it in his farm area. He shot at it and scared the camel off, and it ended up. What he did notice is that when he shot at it, the skull of the skeleton that was on it, he managed to shoot the skull of the skeleton off of the camel, and he happened to take that skull and turned it into the to the Camp Verde archives.
Well, we need to find a way into those archives, I guess. That's gonna be tough.
All right, so there we go.
Are
So
we all
there's where
together
we
back
are
at
now.
Are we all together back in the lobby, or are you guys still over at? Well, not.
I just
not
picture
that
it.
I'm, not that I'm showing off very much today, because obviously today's my day to be the idiot. But you do have 2 licensed-ish scholars here that could probably bluff our way into the archives for research purposes.
Oh.
Okay.
Yeah, that's a good idea.
Yeah, historical research right up our alleys.
Yeah.
Okay. Fair enough. Seems like a direction to go. Where are we right now? I'm trying to keep things down under an hour and a half today. So here we go. We'll see what happens with this. All right. So the Camp Verde Historical Archives is like your typical government type building in a very small town. It is made out of concrete. It's painted tan like everything else in the desert is, and is made to look as if it were, you know, like kind of like a modern Adobe kind of looking building, that sort of thing, with decorative cactuses around it and all of that type of stuff. So there we go. Finding your way over to that. What's up now? What are we doing?
Does there appear to be on the inside like a receptionist desk, or
Okay.
is it like before we walk in, can we kind of tell what we're walking into, maybe make a
Yeah.
game plan?
Okay. Yeah. So there's no windows on any of this thing. It is a very normal type building. The only windows are right up there in the front, where has the normal hours of operation and things of that nature. As you go on into it, there is a museum area, and it looks like what you would see in a small town thing, showing old pictures of the town at various points in its life, from the early days of it, where it was a frontier town, up through the point of where it was the camp itself. As the town grew, such as it is, it's not a particularly large town, but the growth of the town up to its more modern time area. And yeah, so there you are. As you come on in, there is a gentleman at the front desk who apparently runs the place.
Wait, quick question. Is it just the two professors there, or are we all
That is up
kind of
to
like
you. You
accompanying
can
them?
decide what you want to do here.
I think probably the less people go in, the
Yeah,
more
Yeah.
that's what
reasonable
I
it's
was
going
Yeah,
to
a
thinking.
seem.
pair of professors makes
Just to
sense.
have
A
the
big
professors
crowd
go.
doesn't.
Yeah, I was
Okay.
thinking that.
Yeah,
All right.
I
So
can
we'll have
only
the
pass you off as my students for so long.
Yeah.
Right.
All right. So the guy at the front desk is he's got a name tag on him that says Carlos, and obviously he's an official person, because you can see his name tag has the county seal on it.
Takes my non expired collegiate ID badge,
Ah,
introduces myself,
okay.
and I'm trying to do some historical research on the fort that was there at Camp Verde. I'm kind of looking into the Camel Corps specifically. I'm thinking about maybe doing some research writing on that, and I guess I'm just kind of starting to look into it and see what you guys what you might have that might be useful for starting that research. You could point me in the right
No,
direction of
okay.
what you have.
I'm like, wow, great! Somebody from a real university on down here to go ahead and is looking at stuff. We don't get that very often. So yeah, I'd love to help you with things. I know quite a bit of stuff about the area.
Well, why don't we could start there? What do you remember know about the Camel Corps in their history, and kind of have a supernatural bent to things. So if you've got the stories that they used to tell each other around the campfires,
Oh
I'd like
gosh,
to,
there are stories
I'd like
around
to
that.
include some of that in my writing.
Oh, okay. Oh, yeah, that could be kind of interesting, I guess, in a book. Um, yeah. Here, let's do a dice roll. Let's see how good you're doing today. If you get a,
Okay, what do you want
you tell me what you think works.
tonight?
While
Nothing.
she's rolling, Miranda tried to get in with the join as a player link, and she couldn't with the phone either.
She couldn't. Okay.
What I had to
I
do to get in, sorry, I joined with the phone. I literally had to hand type the link from the Facebook, because when I clicked on the link, it wouldn't do it. I had to hand type it into the app, which was so weird.
Did you
But yeah.
really? That's weird. The
Yeah.
copy link
When I
wouldn't
clicked
let
on
me.
the link, it would take me into the app. It would say allow paste, and then it wouldn't let me paste it. And
Well,
I
that's
had to like
weird.
hand type it in. Yeah, it was weird.
Huh. That's odd because last time, well, when my son did it off the phone, I actually emailed him the link, and he went off.
think I think the problem might be Facebook and its copy and paste functions,
It really
Yeah,
possibly.
it could be
is,
because
right?
because Facebook made this long thing on it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So I could, let me see, let me try messaging.
I was gonna say maybe on Messenger it might be different.
Or
Yeah,
make
if I
a QR
message
code
and then
and
you get a
send that.
direct link. Yeah, because Facebook added this long
Oh,
thing to it.
and
It
Miranda
mangles
said
every link you try to post.
Miranda did hand type it. The link, it says the link's expired. Oh,
Oh,
that's
now it,
weird.
oh, probably because everything is started now. Oh, that's probably true. Now we're too late. Eh, okay. And that I don't know what I can do. Yeah, other than actually sending her a new link. If she can message me an email address, I can go ahead and send it to her real quick, and she'll be able to get in, I would bet. Email has worked much better on this thing.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Mm-mm-mm-mm.
Yeah, it was weird. I'd
All
like download the app ahead of time and I was just like rushing to get in and I was like, oh shoot, why is it not working? Why is it not working?
okay. Yeah. Let me
She
see.
just
So
posted it in the chat.
yeah, I'll have yeah, if whoever's chatting with Miranda, because my phone is almost dead too. If
It's on the it's just on the chat for the video.
Mhm.
Yeah,
It's
if you open the
oh,
chat, you
she's in
should see
there.
her.
Okay. Well, let me see what I can do here. Boop. There we
Also,
go.
while we're waiting for her to join, this is my angel blade.
There she is.
ooh,
Cool.
Boop.
And this is my first
There we
blade right
go.
here.
Okay, cool. So now I got an
For
email
showing off
address.
cool
Let's see if
stuff.
we can make
Yes, show me.
like
okay.
Ooh,
If we're
Print
showing
it.
off cool stuff, I will be right
that's
back.
sick.
Mine's in the other room.
We found we did a Kickstarter for this guy who does those tomes, and he did like a bunch of them, and my husband actually did the symbol himself for that.
Nice.
But
Cool.
This is my
ba-doop.
67 Chevy Impala, and this is my little Dean right here.
I'm so jealous. I've never gotten to go to any of
There
the
we
conventions or
go.
anything, so
My first one was last year, and I plan to make it a tradition of going in a new cosplay each time, trying to do all the different characters. Because I've done supernatural cosplays to other ones. I met Felicia Day at Rhode Island Comic Con wearing a
Cool.
Charlie Bradbury cosplay, and that was amazing. So I try to do different characters from time to time. Like I did a gym teacher Dean one at Fan Expo Boston because it was so hot outside. I was like, well, I have to wear shorts. I know what cosplay to do.
yeah. I have a big I literally found a big tan trench coat at a thrift store one time, and I was like, yoink.
Yes, I have two trench coats. The first one I bought was thrift store, but I didn't realize it was too big till I got home. And then my Jaju, my grandfather, I was rummaging around in his basement, and he's like, "Can I?" I was like, "Can I have this? You don't wear it anymore." He's like, "Yeah, sure." And I got to take his trench coat, and so that's my main cattail trench coat. It's my Jaju's, and I was like, "Cool,
I
this
couldn't
is
find the one I was looking for, but that's the charm bracelet with all 15 seasons charms,
Oh,
plus
Cool.
nice.
a
that's
few.
awesome.
People
I
That's
was
so
doing
looking
sick."
stuff.
for
Oh,
my.
mine.
Some of you have seen it. I did a Victorian Castiel.
Well, that's cool.
So
Nice.
my
I've
trench
seen
coat is a
it.
Victorian double-breasted long tail.
I love Victorian.
Yes,
It's an aesthetic that I'm
it
I,
is.
I'm
yeah.
I'm in the process of starting a Victorian Rowena.
Ooh. I felt so bad. My mom, she was Rowena. I was Cass at the last Boston Comic Con, and when we went into the Roadhouse, she accidentally got paint all over her
No.
Rowena dress, and I felt so bad for her. But then she's like, "Eh, it's okay. We already got all the photos, so."
Yeah. I was gonna say that's the important
Here.
bit, right?
Yeah,
I'm
Right.
but our paintings came out cool, so it doesn't
I am
matter.
still flabbergasted that in Austin, I was able to do a painting in a full-on Victorian leg-a-mutton sleeve blouse and not get any paint on me at all.
Yeah, that's
That's
why I just
impressive.
used the markers and the coloring pages because I did not trust myself with paint. I was watching my mom. I was like, "You do you," but I do not trust
Yeah,
myself.
I've got gold paint on this, and this has on the back of it, it's got a pair of wings and says, "My guardian angel wears a trench coat."
Oh,
I love that. Uh,
But I immediately got paint on it, and I'm like, that's all of my clothes have some sort
There
of
we go. So
something
the
on
email
them.
worked.
Yay!
Hi.
Hey,
Amanda's here.
Hi.
welcome in.
Yay! Okay. All right. So we have one more person, which could come in handy. So there we go. All right. So let's go ahead and
have-
as we are moving along on this, let's see now. What were we doing? What were we doing? Oh, you were talking to Carlos then about
yes, I was
Right,
talking-
we were talking to him about
weird
trying to get
happenings
access
at
to
the
the
fort
archives.
and the camel.
weird
Corps.
happenings
And I have-
in the area. Okay. So
I have a D10
yeah.
intelligence, a D8 in lore and mythology, and a D4 in higher ed.
Okay. So yeah. So I think that all those combinations would work well if you were to go ahead and look at one of those old school microfiche machines.
Okay.
Yeah, and you might be able to find some stuff in that if that were the case. What kind of numbers did you get out of that? That's where he would
13?
direct you then too, if you wanted to. He doesn't know everything about stuff, but he knows where to find it.
Yeah.
So
13.
okay, all right. So looking in into the microfiche stuff, you find some old stuff about weird goings on in the Camel Corps in the area. Let me just share a little picture with you. Let's see how this works out. Da, 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 da. There we go. Boop. Boop. Come on. There we are. And let's see if I can get this thing to go. Come on.
Looking camel.
Is that showing up
That
on
is
your
it.
screen?
Yes.
Yes,
It's
it
actually
is.
working a
Yeah.
lot better than Zoom did.
Oh my gosh! And you're not like going in and out. Like you're fine
Yeah.
as well.
Yeah,
So
that's a cranky looking skeleton.
Yeah. Well,
so
he's a
that's the
skeleton.
kind of a
rabid
picture.
camel.
He'd be cranky.
That's the kind of a
So
picture
rabid
that you
camel.
find on in here. This weird looking red camel with a skeleton on it, kind of a line art thing that was drawn back in the early days and such. And it is weird looking. The
Kind of.
as you start digging
is
in
there
a little
kind of
further
story that goes along
into
with
it.
it.
Yeah, I just wanted to get that on up in there for so you would see it. The so anyway, this as you find out more about the story, you find out there's a gentleman, not necessarily a gentleman, a guy by the name of Jacob Tanner, who find my screen. I'll go to the side. There we go. I don't want it all off there in the side. I want it something like this. There we go. Now I can see everybody. Jacob Tanner was one of those troublemakers in the Camel Corps who was always causing problems with things. He had issues with being well, I guess you would call him kind of a misogynist and all. He didn't like women. He was always getting into problems with people. When he was dealing with the women of ill repute, there would be some sort of they'd always have to get the local sheriffs involved because things would go bad. And ultimately, what happened? He ended up killing one of the local women in an altercation. He was found guilty of that, and his penance was what they decided that the Camp Verde commander decided he had had enough of this. He chained him to the back of a camel then and set him off into the desert.
So get this. According to the lore,
It was beautiful.
Everybody had to have a chance to go ahead and say, according to the lore. That has to happen in almost every episode then. So there we go.
all right.
And that's
so
what you find out then.
I'm going to share that with everybody because we obviously have a group text going. And
Did you ask him where his head is?
well, I mean,
Yeah,
the
we're
story
trying to find the
doesn't say much, but I was going to go see if I could look into the official records of the fort and see if I could find that story and find more official details of it.
Yeah, okay.
Yeah, because I thought you mentioned that the head was picked up and brought to
Yeah.
that place.
The archives.
Yeah. So
Yeah. If it's there, definitely do everything in your power to find it.
yeah, find
Yeah.
it
All right.
and
So,
grab some salt from her before you go. Take it with you.
What did she say? I missed it.
You got lighter fluid? Grab some salt from her before you go.
Okay.
Lighter fluid and just find like a metal waste basket.
Yeah, just like
Yeah.
Yep. Yep.
hmm
okay.
chuck that in the bin.
Okay. So there we are. Yeah. So, what are we looking to do now? I'm just trying to see.
So maybe Paul, you want to go see if you can suss out some information about where the skull might be, if it actually came here, and then I'll go see if I can't dig into the records of the fort and see if I can't find some more information on this. Johnny, jump up.
Sure. So yeah.
Sorry, it's a song I've had in my head all day.
Okay.
Yeah. I'll see if Carlos knows anything about this skull.
Okay. About the skull. All right. Well, he's like, yeah, we do have some things that I guess you might consider them bones and things of that nature, like from, antelopes or local animals or things of that nature. They're kept back in the warehouse, though.
Okay. Is it possible we might be able to get a look at that at some point?
Absolutely not. Nobody gets on back there.
Why is that?
Not without a warrant. We've got all sorts of historical stuff. Yeah, it's way above my pay grade to let somebody back in that
I
area.
see. Not without a warrant, huh?
Would there be somebody that we could talk to about this, about using my university credentials to gain access without getting you in trouble? We want to go through the right procedures if we could. I would imagine there's some kind of procedure somewhere with someone.
Oh,
I mean, we
yeah,
are
you
doing historical research.
well, yeah, I understand that, and I don't want to be a dick about this or anything, but no, I can't let you. I really can't let you on back
No,
in
I
there.
just
I understand perfectly that you can't let us go back there. But could we talk to your boss? Is there a procedure that we would need to follow if to get permission from someone?
Well, I guess you could put in a request through the county to go ahead and do that, and I could get you the paperwork that you could use to go ahead and put in a request.
Yeah,
But-
yeah. Give me that paperwork. Let me see if we can get what we need in that way. And then in the meantime, do you
Okay.
have any of the actual physical records from the fort?
Physical records from the fort. They're probably back in the archive stuff. Again, that's in the warehouse, but that's old stuff. And no, that's something that, again, you'd have to get county approval to go ahead and look at that. So he's going to give you the packet of information that you need to go ahead and request looking at historical documents in the county archives, and you'd end up having to go ahead and turn that into the county headquarters. And
Oh, but okay. I
Are
had
you?
a, does anybody
it's not
have
like you put it in on the internet and do any of that. This is good old fashioned paperwork.
Are
I
you?
was going to see if we could hack into the county and get the permission granted. But
I was gonna ask, are you texting this to the group chat? Because everyone else here, we can just break into
I
it
was
at
gonna
night.
say I have
Let's
a
go.
D6 in covert, so
Oh yeah,
we could always just
I
like
got a ton of agility. I can hop that fence or whatever. I don't got covert, but I got a lot of strength and agility. So
you could just like hop us
Okay.
and then we can
Cool.
like
yeah.
All
Well,
right.
like
So there
I'm
we go.
like
So
picturing like you know how
I would
easily
say
Dean
you're
just goes over the fence. Just
all right, so we've got so odds are what I can tell you at this point, he's not going to let you through that door. That is not going to happen. He's not letting you back there.
Sure.
The process of actually getting the county approval, yeah, you can look to see if you can go ahead and get something done through the internet, but this is not much of an internet type of town. So it seems like
it's
Athena's
gonna take
idea
way
is
too long.
probably where this is going to go.
Yeah,
So-
I think we're heading for break-in territory here.
so professors do me a favor and see if you can spot any security cameras we might want to avoid. Stuff like
Mhm.
that.
yeah, and
While you're
nonchalantly
there.
take tabs on security
Yeah.
and see what
Right.
it looks
I've
like.
got pretty good perception. I've got a 6 there.
Yeah,
I think we can
this wouldn't be a
survey.
hard one to see. That you could see that there are cameras in that main lobby area. There's certainly there's cameras on all the corners facing on in towards things. You can't really, from where you are on the inside, you can't really see if there is any sort of what's going on back into the warehouse area. You can see that it does have a door, and it is locked pretty well with one of those good security type lock things. And of course, there's a camera on that. Now, nobody's
Mhm.
checked the outside yet, but
That was
So,
gonna be my
I'm-
next thing is we need to do a
Windows.
Here's what I'm thinking. We kind of survey the area and make a plan and kind of like brainstorm for next time when we break into it.
yeah, because
And
we're getting to like 8:20.
we're-
He was wanting
yeah.
to get to
Yeah. So I think we can just like kind of brainstorm until then, if that makes sense.
I'm down for that.
Yeah. So are we all back together now, or are they still at the place kind of surveying everything?
And Juniper, do you have anything that is like a distraction maybe that you could do? Like something like fireworks or like a smoke bomb or
Mm.
because you said you were a little witchy, you could
Yeah.
is there anything like that that you could pull off? Maybe we could take you along and you could like
Oh, you could do something to the cameras with your
That's what
witch
I'm-
powers.
yeah,
Like you
that's
could
what-
like
Mm.
yeah.
yeah.
I was thinking about hacking into the. I mean, I've only got it basic tech 6, but if we could hack into the security system somehow.
Yeah, we could have a plan A, hack in. If you can't hack in, then we
Go with
use
plan
witch.
B.
Yeah.
Use magic.
Oh, witchy.
Yeah.
okay.
I also have a
That could
D6
work.
in tech, so maybe we can combine my role with Paul's role and have something better than a 3.
Also, you need to hack into the lock, because if it's like a complex lock too, you might need to like, if it's like one of those electric lock things, you're gonna probably have
Yeah,
to
like
hack
a
into
big
that.
vault lock where it's
Yeah, or like a keypad thing. You know how they do like the things
Yeah,
where you like.
it's more like one of those like you'd see in the secure areas of a hospital where you need to do the key code thing, punch
Yeah.
in and then open the door.
I can
It's
just
that
I
kind
can
of a
just
thing.
picture Dean like do, and then it goes green, and then you go in.
That
Yeah.
kind of a thing. Yeah. So
Yeah,
the
it's-
point is,
I do
all
have
right.
an appraisal
You
in
know,
How are-
Calgary, so
What
maybe
is our
something
plan
like
then?
that.
All right, I've got a lot of ideas now. When are we doing this? Are we doing this while it's open? Or are we doing it after it's closed?
I think we should do it after hours.
Yeah.
After
Okay.
hours.
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay. That was Because it was going to change things around if you were trying to do it during working hours. See how you were going to make this happen.
Sorry, you're
So
cutting
there
out
we
on
go.
us.
You're cutting out. What did you say?
You're pixelating.
Oh, yeah, I
Yeah.
just shut down a window then as that was going on. Yeah, it was going to change things if you were going to do it during working hours as opposed to doing it after hours.
Yeah. Less prying eyes, less ways to get caught, and less attention.
Okay. All right. So if we're going to do it after hours, then who are my people who are good at picking locks and trying to get into things and doing security like stuff?
I I have a
I am.
D6 in survival, a D6 in covert, and some appraisal forgery stuff, but I don't
Okay,
know.
so
I got a
yeah.
lot of strength. I can knock stuff down, break into stuff pretty easily. And I'm also
Okay.
cool under fire and cool under.
Okay.
Yeah.
We don't have anybody who's kind of like a lock picker security systems type thing or anything of that nature. I don't even know what Miranda's
No.
got. What are you?
I was just thinking, I have a D6 and gun, so I was like thinking of like worst comes to worst, just like
I wonder. I knew somebody was going to bring that
Problem
on
is,
up.
if they're
Then, and
monitored live,
yeah.
they would be. If they're monitored live, that would be pretty obvious.
Yeah.
They're going to say, well, why did that camera go out? Let's investigate.
I think the best bet is if Paul and I try and hack the cameras and the lock. And if that doesn't work, maybe we try and regroup and come up with another option before we come back in 2 weeks.
Yeah. Yeah.
Okay. All right. We
I don't
head
know.
on
I
into
don't
that.
know what you have
sort of
planned for a good stopping time, Ed, because we've got about
Yeah.
It's
6
like
minutes before
8:24.
you're.
It might
Yeah,
now.
we were
I'm
getting pretty
thinking
close to where we wanted to be.
like
Okay, so let's go ahead and yeah, I think we will call that right now as we are getting ready to go ahead and enter into this warehouse area because that seems like a good point heading on into the next scene. So there we go. So let's go ahead and just close it up. Well, we're going to go ahead and get through this. We'll figure out how you get into this thing. So let's see if we can do a little electronic bit of electronicry to go ahead and get on into there, and we will see how you get into this door. And we will call it at that point once you get a look into what this is. That'll be a good scene set. Next
All
one.
right. So what are we looking at for roles, do you think? Like,
Well,
I mean,
I'm
like I
going to
said,
do
I have a D6
intelligence and tech.
Okay.
Intelligence and tech. Okay, so you're going to try to do this thing working on probably on this key lock or on this key punch lock
Yeah.
and such, because it's not too hard to get into this actual building. That's pretty easy. Remember,
Well,
you
we're
have
also gonna
plot
try and-
point.
Yeah, we're also going to try and see what we can
A
get
reminder
from
of
cameras.
plot points. If you spend each plot point you spend ups a die by 1 die level.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Right.
we're gonna
I
gonna
would use them. They're easy to get.
yeah. Plus, we got an extra one today,
Yeah.
so
That's what I was.
Right.
I'm
you
gonna
got-
use
because we
one.
really need to get into this warehouse and see what's in.
I am gonna use one, and I'm gonna take my D10 6 and make it a
Oh,
D12.
no whammies. No whammies. You got this.
So I have a
I'm going to use
D12.
2, and I'll make my 10 into a 12, and my 8. What would it be? 6 into an 8, maybe. Yeah.
So I'm
Okay.
gonna do a
Yep,
12 and a
that's
6.
how we
You're gonna do a
work.
12 and an
There
8.
you go. Okay, so both of you are working on this. That
18.
that seems like a.
Yeah.
What did you get?
18.
I only got a
18,
7.
okay. 18 and 7, okay. All right. So you're making progress on this, doing that. You think things seem to be working. Let's try one more of those and see where this goes. Not
All
necessarily.
right. I will continue to spend 2 plot points.
Okay.
All right. And damn it, another 7.
Okay.
Sorry, I'm sorting dice. Oh, I got a 5.
Oh.
And I did not spend a plot point that time.
And there we go. Okay, so there we are. Okay, but this is in my in in my game mechanics thing, just as a side thing, what I'm seeing is how long it's taking you to go ahead and do this, whether you're going to get it fairly quickly or whether it's going to take you a little bit of time, because that will change how, obviously if you're work on something and it's taking you a long time to do something, something bad might happen in the meantime. But you happen to do what you needed to do and get the thing open. So there we go. So you've managed to work your way into this electronic lock, opening yourself into this big warehouse. And looking in it, it smells like a dusty warehouse in the desert. Then lots of big, tall steel shelves on in there. You can see what looks like something underneath a tarp towards the back loading dock doors on there, which are big roll-up type doors.
I'm in
And
so much trouble. My curiosity gets the better of me, and I start pulling tarps off and looking at things and trying to figure out what's what and what's what.
there we go. Okay, give yourself a plot point back for doing that, because that's a good thing. And what you're going to see is nothing tremendously amazing, but it's one of those old gosh, like you would see in the like 1920s, 1930s, one of those pumper vehicles for firefighting. Then that people would go ahead and crank the pumps on them and such. That's what's back underneath the tarp, plus an old buckboard wagon and such. But so what you're going to see in this place as you look on into it, and you're shining flashlights around because it is dark in here. You're going to see a lot of boxes, a lot of things, and a couple of rooms that are behind a caged internal caged area. So there we go. That's where
So
we're.
we're all in the warehouse now, right?
Oh yeah, everybody's able to get on
Okay.
into the warehouse, and so there we are. I think that's probably about where we're going to call this game. Then you have gotten into the warehouse. There is enough stuff that we can do one more good session off of this thing when we.
Nice. Hey gang, let's split up and look for clues. Like
Yeah, exactly. That's what's going to end up happening in the next. So there we go, folks. That's where we are. You've gotten to the point. You know what's going on. We have a ghost camel that may or may not be gone. We have a ghost Civil War era soldier who apparently has a thing against women, and there we go.
That'd be great for this group.
Yeah, I was gonna say. Paul's
there we
the
are.
first.
a misogynistic camel riding asshole. Like
Yeah.
doesn't
So there
Headless
we are.
asshole.
headless asshole.
Yeah.
Misogynistic, camel riding, headless.
Headless
asshole.
asshole.
Wait a minute. Is he
The
related
headless
to
camel
Lorena?
one?
And
What was that?
Nobody but Ed is probably. Well, Paul might get that.
What was that?
I asked if he was related to Lorena.
Oh,
Bobbit,
but yeah.
Oh,
chopped head. Yeah,
okay. I had forgotten. I'm like, Lorena.
bad joke.
just-
Sorry.
Yeah. Well.
Okay.
What's that from?
All right,
Bobbit.
folks. Okay, so we will
Yeah.
call that one.
Google it.
We will call this one a day. You can think about what you've learned about the game and such, and we will go ahead and we'll definitely be able to wrap it up in this next session then. So I hope you all enjoyed yourself, and we will see you in 2 weeks then.
Yeah, we probably ought to
Alright.
set up some sort of a chat group or something so we
I
can
know.
talk about
Yeah.
things. before
Share
we-
like character stuff and everything.
Yeah.
And
Yeah.
And there we go. The recording has stopped, so